You are watching Seven Rivers Sports. I'm your host, Terry Erickson. Each week, an inside look into sports, into wellness, into fitness. Well, today's a special show. Why? Well, because one of the top NAIA schools in the nation, not the Midwest, not the state, the nation, and that's the Viterbo Volleyball program with head coach Ryan DeLong, along with Katie Frohmader and Lydia Xu. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Well, who watching the show, who in the community does not know about VHawk volleyball? Let me just give you some information that might startle you. Ryan DeLong in 15 seasons, 467 wins, 136 losses. That in itself is impressive. 6 times Coach of the Year. This particular year went to the Nationals again, and the Final Four, and it's just keeps getting better and better and better. And I'm always intrigued by, impressed by success, but not necessarily numbers. I'm not so impressed with just records. I'm impressed with the durability and sustainability of a program. And you started a program that wasn't really there, and oh my goodness, in 15 years, what is the recipe for success?
Kids like these right here with, good recruiting, building a culture that, warrants the hard work, effort, energy, but just really building that family that you want to go to work with every day and play and compete. And that we've got that obviously going the last several years, and we're excited about it.
I'm intrigued by culture. For example, we just recently had on the show Karen Middleton, the third-year head coach at UWL women's basketball. Mike Schmidt, close friend of mine, the football coach at UWL. They've built culture, not program, but a culture that's appealing for student athletes and fans and so on. Describe for our viewers, Ryan DeLong, the culture of Viterbo volleyball.
I said it's extended family. It's everyone's very important to me and my wife, and I mean, we just get that relationship that we build right from the recruiting side of things. We are coaching, the most precious thing in these parents' lives is their daughter, so they're giving us a chance to coach their daughters, and so the culture side of things is very important to us, and just knowing that they're going to have success on the court, in the classroom, and outside afterwards is important. And some of the biggest days, I just went to a wedding this weekend with one of our former alums, and those things are important to us. So after 4 years, if we still are getting invited to weddings and big days of their lives, we've done what we should do there, and that's all part of the culture that we're trying to build.
Well, that in alone sends a powerful message, but also the fact that that it kind of blends itself with what the core values are of Viterbo University. And I'm a graduate there, so so I know the servant leadership component and so on are a big part of it. But you talked about special people. Well, the girl next to you happens to be one of them, Katie Frohmader from Fort Atkinson. And when I look at your resume, it says a lot about who you are in terms of being a student athlete. But I mean, oh my goodness, you had some success as a high school student athlete. Go back and talk about that.
In high school, I got to play with my sister a lot, and I was always younger, so I started at varsity as a freshman, so I was always working to prove myself, and hard work really pays off, and that's just kind of what I established everything on going forward, even into college. So.
Well, let's go back before that, though. A lot of us, all of us actually, are inspired by people in our past, and then we continue to be inspired by people in our current life. Who really inspired you and kind of planted a seed that you could be a collegiate volleyball player?
Well, my sister, first and foremost. She's always pushing me to do the best, and people would always compare each other, so I wanted to be better than her, and she was always pushing me to be my best, so when we played together, she set me. She was a setter, so she pushed me and let me do what I wanted to do, and then was really encouraging when I wanted to play college.
And sitting next to me is another special person, and Lydia Xu from Shanghai. But this is intriguing to me. Like, I know Viterbo has a good recruitment budget, a travel budget, but I didn't know that they traveled all the way to Shanghai to recruit student athletes. But the word is out now that the tenets just extend throughout the world. Now, our viewers and me are so intrigued to hear your story about how you came from China to La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Because I wanted to continue my education, and then I reached out because I heard Viterbo Volleyball is like a really good program in America, and then I also wanted to be a college-age athlete student, and then I just reached out to Coach DeLong, and I just came.
Okay, but let's go back a little bit, not to put you on the spot, but so you want to be a collegiate student athlete?
Yep.
Okay. So how did Viterbo enter the picture?
Well, certainly you have to search online, and then and the Viterbo is quite a top team of the country, and then I just find out Viterbo.
So you found, but I'd like to be in your office the day that an email or however you communicated came to you with Lydia showing an interest in the V-Hawks.
It was interesting. We actually have a common friend too. We went to Europe and got in touch when we went over to Europe with someone who knew Lydia, and so I think that helped as well. But I had to learn what's the WhatsApp and getting text messages at 12 a.m. because I don't know what time it is over in Shanghai. But no, we just communicated over the next 2-3 weeks, and she decided to come, and she came in January, and it was a cold day. I thought she would maybe last a week and she'd leave, but almost a year later, she's still here.
Now, for anyone leaving high school and going into college, it's a leap of faith, right? Mm-hmm. From Fort Atkinson to La Crosse, a little bit of a leap of faith. Yeah. But from Shanghai to La Crosse and to the United States, it's a quantum leap of faith.
Yeah.
So you're thousands of miles away, and talk about your transition from when you arrived here and how that took place.
Actually, from when I first arrived here, it's like snowed everywhere, and it's really cold. And then I stayed at a dorm because I have to get like a week ahead from the school started. But I went out. There's basically nobody out there because it's too cold. And then, Coach DeLong came and helped me settle in, and I met lots of friends, and I do like it very much.
Well, you both had experiences playing when you were younger. But I'm intrigued with the high school and the pre-high school opportunities to play sports in China.
I started in high school when I was 15, and then because I'm pretty tall, and my mom just sent me to we have a club, and then they just taught you teach you how to play volleyball and stuff. Like I play in high school.
So it was a high school, and the component was for elite athletes to enroll at that school.
Yeah, you can. Yes, it's quite a different system than from China to here, though, because we have a high school team, so you just play there and practice every day after school, like that. And different. We have a better school, obviously, like better program school, like with Viterbo, and then we also have like OK school.
Okay, so you went to the better school, not the OK school.
Yeah.
But so now you go to the better university, not the OK university. So there's a commonality there. So the transition was pretty easy.
Well, yeah.
Did you have coaches over there that were at the level of Coach Ryan DeLong?
Coach Ryan DeLong is also very, very good. I treat Coach DeLong. I see him as a part of my family, you know, because I'm here alone and he helps me a lot too. So it's not just a coach, and also like a host family, like a family.
So that doesn't mean you're going to pay for his way to go back to China and visit your family. Doesn't mean that.
I take that though.
Yeah. Well, actually, but I want to hear about Katie's life too. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I know she's not from China, but she's from Fort Atkinson, and that's a pretty special community in itself. So when we come back, we'll talk more with our guests here at Viterbo Volleyball Profile here today on 7 Rivers Sports. We'll be right back.
With our busy lives, it's a comfort to know that we can still remember loved ones in a traditional way with a monument. Lewiston Monuments in Lewiston, Minnesota has been helping families purchase a monument for over 4 generations. You'll find a large selection of beautiful granite, marble, and bronze monuments, all at competitive prices. And they're a full-service company, so they also do straightening, cleaning, and repair of monuments. Stop in or call for a no-obligation consultation, or visit lewistonmonument.com for more information.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team
who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is our business.
Welcome back to 7 Rivers Sports. Again, today we're profiling Viterbo Volleyball. We taped the show here in December. The season just ended a little bit ago, started in August and ran all the way to November. Our guests today, Head Coach Ryan DeLong, Katie Frohmader, and Lydia Xu. Well, Katie, you had, as a sophomore from Fort Atkinson, you achieved a lot of success this year. Coach DeLong speaks highly of you, sent me a quote about your contributions, your attitude, your work habits, all the things that make you a success. You surprised at that success, and talk about some of the defining moments in your sophomore year.
I wouldn't really say surprised. I think my success heavily relies on the success of our team. I can't put a ball down if our defense isn't doing their job getting the balls up and our setters aren't getting me the ball. So I think it's just a team effort, and one of the defining moments this season, I'd say it came in the national tournament, past all of the awards in Southern Oregon, the game that we came back down 0-2. I just tried my best to step up because I don't want to lose just like the rest of them. So I just try my best to step up and do whatever I can to help the team.
Describe the team culture. Describe the unity. Describe the cohesiveness. Describe for our viewers. Well, I'm not interested in the record necessarily in the accomplishments, but just describe from a player's viewpoint what it's all about.
It's really a family. We're on the court together every single day during the season, but then immediately after practice, we all go and hang out together 5 out of the 7 days of the week. So it's really, we're each other's best friends, I would say. We all live together in separate houses, but I live with 2 other volleyball players. All the rest of the volleyball players live together. So it's all about family. We're really best friends.
You've had a lot of coaches growing up, playing multiple sports, growing up playing competitively when you were young. Perhaps you're going to have a family someday, but describe a coach, a prototype coach that you like to play for and that you would like your children someday to perhaps play for.
I think the best coaches are ones that hold you accountable for your actions and don't sugarcoat things. Shouldn't be telling people that they're doing good when they're not playing well. So I've had many coaches that they tell you straight up and they set their expectations high and they don't tell you you're meeting them until you are. So I feel like
transparency, being honest, like don't fill me with all these praises if it's not there.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same way in a classroom.
Yeah.
You want your teachers to raise your expectation level also, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've had professors like that every once in a while, but my mom is really the one that pushes the education part. So sometimes you have professors that don't feel like they're really there for your success. They're just there to teach. So my mom has always been the one that's holding me to a high academic standard.
Well, a V-Hawk, student first, athlete second. Now, with all the things that are going on with a comprehensive, extensive sort of volleyball season that seems to never end, and of course then there's the off season and so on. How in the world, this is, our viewers are probably interested, how do you find time to balance and still become a really good student, which you are?
Yeah, it's all about prioritizing your time and finding a study habit that's fitting to you. So I can't study on the bus, so that forces me to fit all of my homework into certain times during the day that I don't have class or practice, and getting it done when I sit down to do it.
A student first and athlete second. Similar to China, yes or no?
Yeah.
Because China, from what I read, high academic standards, expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't tolerate anything but an effort above and beyond, yes? And so did that prepare you for the rigor of college academics?
Yes, I think in college, it's more about like you have to make your own plan and you have to manage your own time, and it's all about like yourself. If you just have to push yourself, because teachers cannot like be like behind you every time, push you, and then you just need to get everything efficient.
What's the biggest takeaway so far that you have maybe been an aha moment so far since you've been in this country?
What's it?
Aha moment means a defining moment that you remember that's been significant for you.
For volleyball?
That and just overall.
I don't know, every day it's really fun actually. Maybe, and I go practice. I think it might be the first time I step into the gym with and to practice with the girls.
Well, just in a very succinct way, if you could, I'm interested, and I know our viewers, what's the most distinctive difference between life in Shanghai, China, and life in this country and in lacrosse?
Life in lacrosse is very peaceful and very
You didn't feel that way in China?
Shanghai is like, it's just different lifestyle though. Because Shanghai there are more people and there are lots of stuff to do. I mean, in lacrosse there are also a lot of stuff too, but in Shanghai I do like more city thing, like go to cinema, go shopping, go watching shows, and in lacrosse I mostly do more like nature thing, like you go hiking, and I drive everywhere like to see stuff. It's just fun.
Mm-hmm. So part of the package you're bringing you over here was to buy you a car too, right? That wasn't part of it. That's a little bit of sarcasm. But so you're a student first. What's your major?
My major is finance and sports management.
Okay, so you're going to take that and run a volleyball program over in China?
I don't know, maybe.
Is that your plans to? Well, I'm sure your teammates and your coaches in Viterbo, they want you to be to be your permanent home, but that might not happen.
Yeah, I want to get a CPA or CFP first, and then I would like to work in a pro sports in America,
okay,
if I could.
Good, the head coach is in his 15th year, and at some point he may step aside and they'll be looking for a new head coach. Well, you both may be interested in it, so it'll be a difficult interview. but sports and management leadership, that's your college plan?
Yes. I have always grown up watching sports and playing sports, and I really want to work in Major League Baseball for my career.
Ooh, there's a team in Wisconsin that your head coach likes to attend those games. It's in Milwaukee. I think they're called the Brewers.
Yeah. I've been to a couple games with him.
Have you? Well, he's been in so many games. He probably knows everybody there, so he could probably make that contact for you. What is a leader from a sophomore leader from Fort Atkinson? Describe leadership.
I would say leader is somebody that can get their team to play behind them without being bossy or telling what to do. It's more using your actions to get people to play behind you.
Philosophy of life.
I would just say, like, treat others how you want to be treated. It's like the golden rule.
That's what you learned at home?
Yeah.
All-American. Oh, that's something oh my goodness, we got to make sure our viewers know that Lydia is All-American. Now, is that a bigger deal than being all China?
Yeah, but we don't have that.
You don't have that?
Mm-mm.
But if you stayed and went to school there, because you had opportunities to go to post-high school in China, so you might be All-American there too, or?
Yeah, I might be all of China.
All of China?
Yeah.
But All-American here is, how many All-Americans, Coach, have you had over your career?
Well, we've got a good run of them, and I would say these two here are going to be multiple in future. So it's a pretty big deal in our program, and I think obviously with our team success that allows our individuals to get those awards.
And Lydia will be back for 2 more years. And do you talk about your roster quick? Do you have, besides these 2 stellar student athletes, do you have a lot more coming back?
We do. We obviously lose a good senior class and that, but our sophomore group, this group right here is as strong as group as we've had. We've got Maya Garant and Maya Roberts, all from where Fro played and grew up. So we are excited about the future, and I think good things are still to come for us, and obviously these 2 will be big parts of it.
Lydia, philosophy of life for a young girl from Shanghai.
I think everything must have a solution, like a way to,
No problem is insurmountable. You can always find a silver lining in everything.
Yeah, like if you hit this wall, then you will just find there's always be another door to open.
Your parents teach you that?
No, I read.
You like to read?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of your hobbies?
Yeah. I like to read, like, very inspiration and beautiful sentence.
And what about your family? You have siblings too?
Yeah, I have a brother, he's 9 years younger than me.
Okay. Do your family get a chance to watch you on the internet?
Yes, sometimes.
They do. And your family probably comes from Fort Atkinson to watch all the games. They probably don't miss a game.
Yeah, they made it to all the home games and a couple of away tournaments.
Wonderful, yeah. Well, the culture is inspiring. The culture is, you've raised the bar, and I trust that will continue, and that Ryan DeLong, who has a record of being on this show as many times as I've been the host, will be back again in his 15th season. But when we took a break, he said he's got another 15 in him.
Not 15.
Close to it. But it's one of the best parts of my role as a host is to get to meet people like your student athletes, Ryan, and it inspires me and makes me better just to get to know them. So we want to thank you for being on the show. It's been a pleasure. Again, what a tremendous season. So we want to thank you again, Lydia, and for being on the show along with from the star of Fort Atkinson. And is that what you're known as, Katie?
Well, no.
They know you around Fort Atkinson, though.
Yeah, me and Maya, both.
Okay, good. All right. Well, thanks for being on the show, guys.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
Yep, Merry Christmas to you, too.
Merry Christmas.
We'll be back with some film clips on a recent game right after this.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team.
Who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is our business.
When you're faced with the decision of selecting a monument to honor someone dear to you, call Lewiston Monuments for a no-obligation consultation. Lewiston Monument is a full-service monument company, serving families in Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin for over 4 generations. You'll find beautiful granite, marble, and bronze memorials, all at competitive prices. Their experts can help you design the perfect and unique memorial. Lewiston Monument. Call today or on the web at lewistonmonument.com.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Sports. Well, what a great interview, as this week we profiled the Viterbo Volleyball Women's Volleyball, one of the best programs in the country. Hope you all enjoyed Christmas with your family, and I hope also that you are looking forward to a great 2019, so we want to wish all of you a happy and a healthy new year. Thanks for joining us this week on Seven Rivers Sports. I'm your host, Terry Erickson. See you next week here on our show. Thank you.